Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for this week. You start with the a wild card and also the key. I haven't seen this card in a long time. So the This is the Gilded Lenormand, and it has like 20 wild cards in it, which I keep forgetting to take them out because I don't really like it. But I might leave one in there. That makes sense to me. But the key is literally about unlocking something or opening doors. So there could be kind of like some sort of door that's opening for you this week, or you could be finding a solution to a problem. And, kind of the interesting thing here is that we have the Eight of Cups in your first row. And, the Eight of Cups would be about walking away from something. So I wonder if you are closing the door on something. Which, again, the old saying, it just popped into my head: when one door closes, another one opens. So, and here we go, we have a new beginning right here. So I feel for some of you this could be about like a new beginning that's coming in for you. I do think that it's interesting as well that you got this wild card in this deck. And, it's kind of like something is up in the air is what I feel. I don't know that I would call it dreamy energy here, but the Star and the Ace of Wands definitely requires action. Both cards kind of represent inspiration, but inspiration is nothing. So if you don't take advantage of inspirational energy, then nothing is going to happen. So it feels a little bit up in the air. I'm not sure if this is good or bad. We'll see. You have the Knight of Swords, Eight of Cups, and the Four of Cups in your current general energies. I feel very blah about this first row, if I'm being honest with you. It just feels like I kind of feel a little bit unmotivated. Again, this is not a bad thing. This is a good reading. The rest of the reading is very positive, and I don't think this is bad either. I just feel that you are looking for, inspiration or, something that gets you moving or something that gets you excited. Like maybe that's what you're lacking in your life, is a little bit of excitement. I'm not getting any traditional meanings on the Knight of Swords or anything like that. One thing I would say about the Knight of Swords is if we are feeling restless or if we are feeling, blah about life in general, the Knight of Swords, he can jump to conclusions. And, a lot of the mistakes I've made in my life, I'll just tell you, a lot of the mistakes I've made is where I get impatient. And, things aren't progressing in business or work or whatever, and I just go do anything, right? And those are Knight of Swords decisions where you are kind of in a place where you're frustrated. Maybe you're not making progress that you want, and so you just do anything to create movement. But when we just do anything, sometimes it's not the right answer. So I would be careful of doing that. I feel like this is saying be careful of just doing anything just to, make things happen. You have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. Again, I do feel some of you could be closing the door on something. And but I feel like you're past that. It's like this energy here is more about an open door, I would say, with the reading. And the MO, for the most part, we have all these new beginning cards. We have two cards in the next row that really represent progress as well. You also have 2 sixes, which, if you've been watching me for a while, I love 2 sixes. It kind of says that you're moving forward, you're moving in the right direction, you're making things happen. So I kind of feel more like closing the door. It's like you've already done it, and now you're looking for fulfillment. You have the Four of Cups. Probably the number one challenge for Pisces right now is realizing it's I feel Pisces needs to be careful of looking at how, especially in work or business, but really you should take this for all areas of your life. Looking how other people live their life and thinking that your life isn't working, because of the results other people are getting. It's like as I always say to you, it's like your life is not meant to be like anyone else's. And I think that's what Pisces needs to realize right now, is that your life is meant to be different. And so if you're comparing yourself to other people, of course you're going to feel blah, or of course you're going to feel depressed and things like that. But I think if you really the only competition here is yourself. And, maybe that's what Pisces needs to realize, especially in this first row. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Really good. I think that a lot of you Pisces could be saying to yourself my results should be this, but the results I'm getting are down here. And part of me feels that's true for you, Pisces. It's yes, sure, you should be getting better results in work and finances and, whatever. You could be working on yourself. Nine of Pentacles is a card of creating heaven on earth. So it's you trying to live your best life. But I also feel that there is effort here. It's kind of I get a weird feeling on that Knight of Swords. of putting effort into things but not getting results. But I feel like also that you are trying too much to maybe be like other people. And like I said, I feel Nine of Pentacles, card of independence, says you need to be yourself. And really that's the message I get off this first row. Like the second you do that, I feel is the second that key turns and opens the door. With the Eight of Cups backwards, you have the Emperor here. You have the Emperor twice. The Emperor could be you taking control of your life, which would be good. The Emperor, he is also kind of like waiting for an opportunity. So we were talking about rushing with the Knight of Swords. The Emperor, he has his armor on underneath his cloak, and it represents the fact that he's ready to go at a moment's notice. So he's ready to take action on, whatever he needs to take action on, as quickly as possible. So I feel a lot of you, this is about, kind of like taking advantage of the right opportunities that come your way. With the Four of Cups, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Things are changing. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it to keep doing what you're doing in life? Or is it time to make a change? And, of course, that's not a question I can answer for you, Pisces, because some of you might be getting very good results, some of you maybe not. So I think you need to answer that question on your own, and that's what I would do with the Seven of Pentacles. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Pisces card. It says boundaries. It says, set and honor your boundaries to avoid being taken advantage of. Definitely. You have this ultimate fulfillment. It says you are now entering into a time of peace, happiness, and emotional fulfillment. So that looks very, very good for you. I think you do need to set boundaries with yourself. I'm also looking at the two fish that are on that card. And of course Pisces is the two fish. I think we need to be, our job as Pisces is to balance the two fish out in life between, the spiritual and the real world, or, whatever you want to call it. You could even say that the two fish represent, balancing effort with no effort. Sometimes the fish can go with the flow, but sometimes, fish need to swim upstream. It's like, if a fish doesn't swim upstream, they are weak. When I was in high school, I took a class that was on aquaculture. And we had these fish in tanks, like big ass tanks as big as this room. And, what I noticed about those fish is they just felt like mush in your hands because they never had to swim upstream, right? So it's like sometimes we have to strengthen ourselves. Sometimes we can go with the flow. It's about balancing the two things. You have the Two of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Six of Cups. The Two of Wands is about taking the lead. Again, I feel this is talking about your independence with the Nine of Pentacles and, kind of like creating your own path and doing your own thing. He's standing in his comfort zone. He has his village right here. And, the story of the Two of Wands is he needs to get out into the world and kind of forge his own path, which I feel you could be doing at this time. We see a lot of leadership here. Emperor twice. Even the star can say you're getting a certain level of attention that is making you stand out. But I feel it has to be your own journey. You have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, again, is a card of attention and success. Again, we see a lot of attention in this reading. The Six of Wands is a card of having a victory after, he has gone to war, and now he's coming back and he's being celebrated. So I feel a lot of you could be being celebrated for the difficulties that you've been through. I think the important thing here, like I said, is the Star card. And, this would have to do with needing to stand out for your special skills, or needing to do things to put your skills out into the world. You have two sixes here. So like I said, I like two sixes. Kind of says you're on the right path. The Six of Cups can be a turnaround. I look at the Six of Cups sometimes as a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive is we've been bumping up against an obstacle, and now the obstacle is being removed. This is a really good time for you. It is your birthday season, but it's a pretty good period overall. And, we don't have Mercury retrograde during this time, which is a good thing. And, you could be noticing a lot of forward movement this year. The Six of Cups can also represent childlike energy. And I do feel being more of your playful side would be a good idea. With the Two of Wands, you have the Hermit. Yes, you've been through all these things like I've already said, and you need to shine that light out into the world. The Hermit has the star in his lantern. I'll tell you why this is extra important for you at this time. North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo, Virgo right here. So it is extra important to you for you, with the nodes in your one node in your opposite sign, north node in your sign, to shine your light. The Hermit, I always say it's very, very tempting to stay stuck at the top of the mountain with the Hermit. It's like if you've been hurt, if you've been through challenges or difficulties in life, it's very challenging to want to open yourself back up to potentially having something bad happen to you again, right? He's kind of protected by isolating himself at the top of the mountain. But, really spiritually, he needs to come down from the mountain, and he needs to become an inspiration to the world. I've been saying this to you for years. And you have the Star and the Ace of Wands, both very inspirational energies. With the Six of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups. I am getting this weird message for you, Pisces. It's like if you're trying to do something, then, I feel what is causing confusion is you looking at what other people are doing. And I wish I had more for that message, but that's the only thing that's popping into my head here. And I feel like that is what's causing the confusion. If you are looking at what other people are doing, I think you're making it harder on yourself. And, I think you could be having a lot of moments as well where you say I know more than this person, for example. It's maybe someone else at work is getting credit for, what they're doing, and maybe you know more. And it's yeah, that's probably true. But I would say also are you actually doing something to get the attention on yourself so that you can prove it? And so part of me feels like this reading is saying, prove it. With the Six of Wands, with the Six of Cups, you have the Six of Wands again. So, whenever we have repeating cards, it's basically the universe saying, I meant what I said. But there could be some sort of victory coming in for you. This could be a victory from the past as well, with the Six of Cups. So if you didn't get recognition for something in the past, like work or business or whatever, then this could be recognition coming from the past. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Not For You card and this Chaos and Conflict card. Pretty weird because it's a very good row, but you do have these two cards. This could be tied to that key card, the Eight of Diamonds, and your very first card in the Lenormand. This could be saying that you are realizing that something from the past is not you. The reason I say it's tied, by the way, is that the key is card number 33, and this Chaos and Conflict card is card number 33 in this deck, which is pretty interesting. So I feel for a lot of you that you need to realize, or I feel like you already do realize, that something from the past is not for you. Because all these cards here kind of represent some needing either something new or needing to do something new. The Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. Four of Pentacles can represent holding on too tightly to the past. The Ace of Pentacles says, Ace of Pentacles, I don't even know that came from the star, says you need to have a North Star. You need to have a big guiding light in your life, something that you follow through on, or something that you accomplish, like a big goal, wish, or dream with the star. And you need to kind of make that goal, wish, or dream your purpose. The star, I also feel you need to ask the universe for something. She's pouring this water into this pool here. This is the pool of universal consciousness, and there are those ripples that are going out on the water. So it kind of says you need to put the right vibrations out into the universe to get what you want as well. You have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands again is out with the old, in with the new. And I feel a lot of you could be having some sort of new beginning at this time. I kind of feel this for the next period ahead. I don't know, if you're working on something new, like a new project or whatever, it's something that you're probably going to be building over time. The thing with the Ace of Wands is, when we get the inspiration, we have to follow through. And I do get this energy of needing to follow through on new inspirational ideas or, new plans that you have for your life, whatever it is. You have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's definitely, with the North Node in your sign, it's definitely time to let go of your old story. It's sure, all these things happen to you. It's time to let go of feeling like a victim, all that other stuff. For Pisces, this is North Node in your sign. That's what it is. And so it's about releasing, the karma of your past in some ways. And maybe that's not 100% accurate, but we do Chris's crappy astrology here. We do not do accurate astrology. So, and, I don't know, sometimes I think mine is more accurate. But that's what I would do with the Four of Pentacles. With the Star card, you have the King of Cups. I feel like this is just you showing up in the reading in a very strong position. The reading is all about you for sure. And I feel like that King of Cups is saying it's time. It's your time to shine in a lot of ways. With the Ace of Wands, you have the King of Swords. Again, this is hidden wisdom. When you think about it, the King of Swords is knowledge and wisdom, but you have to turn knowledge into wisdom. You have to take action on the things you know, and that's kind of what I've been saying for the first 3 rows is you know a lot. But it's almost as if just intuitively the reading doesn't say this, but I feel this intuitively for you that it's almost like you're not getting credit for your wisdom. But maybe you're not using it in the right way, or maybe you're just not using it at all. And again, not a criticism. This will make you very successful, if you start putting your wisdom into the world. This could be by becoming an inspiration, starting a business, starting a YouTube channel where you start sharing your wisdom. It could be anything. But I think if you just start living your life as you know you should, then you are expressing your wisdom and turning it into knowledge, and that's what he needs to do. With the 4 of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, the whole row is about newness. Page of Pentacles can sometimes be like new beginnings or starting new things, and I feel that's what you're doing. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Choices and Indecision card. You have this Envy and Protection card. So I feel like you are protected. I do feel like Pisces has that, I would almost call it guilt, but, sometimes I think Pisces, maybe a better word would be imposter syndrome, where Pisces feels things like, feels like they're not good enough. Or, feels like if they, start a business that they're an imposter or whatever. And this is showing up in the good stuff, so I feel like you are overcoming that energy. And again, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is also kind of like saying, this is your new life. We have the Ankh right here that he is holding onto in his hand, and the Ankh is like a symbol of rebirth. And so it's definitely popping into my head that there is a little bit of a rebirth, like reinvention energy going on for you right now, Pisces, where you really have the opportunity to take control of how you want to be seen. We have a lot of attention in this reading. 6 of Wands twice, the Star, the Hermit even says you need to be seen. And I feel that you have the opportunity to take control of how you are seen. You have the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Star and 9 of Cups would definitely be some sort of wish fulfillment coming in for you, or fulfillment just in general, so that's nice. With the 9 of Cups, we have to be in alignment with what we want, so we have to make sure we're matching the energy. But I kind of feel like you are. You also have the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles is coming up in the good stuff, so the 5 of Pentacles in the good stuff would say that you are kind of like coming out of the cold. The 5 of Pentacles, the solution to the 5 of Pentacles is to focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. So that's definitely an action that I would take here. It's like, yeah, I think you are looking at other people, like I said, and you're saying I can't do those things that I want to do because I'm not like these people. But that is your strength, not your weakness. And I feel like you need to realize that with the 5 of Pentacles, even though it's coming up in the good stuff. I also feel that there are definitely financial improvements coming in for you. Now, you're going to have to work for those financial improvements, but they exist. With the Emperor, you have the Chariot. Big victory coming in for you. Making big moves as well. I feel like you are making big moves with the Emperor twice and that 8 of Cups. It's like you are very different. The funny thing about the 6 of Cups as well, we go 6 of Cups, Knight of Swords to the Ace of Wands to the Emperor and the Chariot. It's funny that I said hidden wisdom on that King of Swords. Like you really could be, I think that there could be a lot of past people, and I'm not talking about love here, Pisces, I'm talking about just people from your life that are realizing who you are, and I feel this could be both good and bad, right? I think that, in some ways, if people didn't see who you were in the past and now they're coming in to take advantage of you, then the Pisces boundaries card says you need to have boundaries and say no. For the people that always did support you but maybe they just didn't see it then, different story. With the 9 of Cups, you have the 4 of Cups. Getting what you want for once, right? The 4 of Cups normally is a card of disappointment. It's a card of contemplation and apathy. He isn't getting what he wants, or he hasn't 3 times, but now he is getting an offer. Normally the 4 of Cups is not great, but it's coming up in the good stuff, so I feel that you are finally getting what you want. With the 5 of Pentacles, you have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, it's coming up in the good stuff, but it is, this combination right here is screaming to me that you need to focus on your strengths. I also feel you need to let go of past disappointments or challenges or difficulties and, all that other stuff. You have this Teardrops card. It says great personal sorrow. I feel like this card is saying that you need to not wish that things were different. Things are exactly as they should be in your life. It's like maybe you're saying to yourself oh, if things were different I could do this business. Or, I could accomplish this goal that I have. But no, I feel this card is saying no. You things are exactly as they should be, and you need to accomplish your goals right. You have this dog close up. It says pleasure with a close friend. So I feel, of course, a great time for friends. A lot of people in the recent readings had good stuff about socializing, spending time with people who matter to you, all those other things, and, that's what I would focus on here. You have this Tower card. It says solid foundation, success with effort. Yeah, the Ace of Wands, when we have the Ace of Wands, we have to build a new foundation. It is kind of good that you have the Four of Pentacles because Four of Pentacles I consider a foundational energy. It's a card of building a solid foundation. So, I think now you are building a foundation for the future here, Pisces, which is good. Whatever. You have a Sun card. It says happiness and well-being. Yeah, I would be focusing on your own personal happiness. Sorry, it's trying to, there we go, it just loves this eyeball for whatever reason, Pisces, but I think you need to focus on your own happiness. You have this fan. It says romance, celebration, party. It is a good time of love for you. Of course, we have Venus in your sign. I would take your time. Venus will retrograde, and I always say that, I don't think we should not date during retrogrades because, if a relationship survives a retrograde, then that's a very good sign. So, again, I wouldn't not date, I would just take your time if you're looking for love. But this is definitely, and all about this is like an opening doors, accomplishment reading or something like that. So, looks really good. I like it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.